Hi, good evening. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2. And peace and blessings be upon you and your family this evening. Now we are going to go ahead and get into Life Without Limits by Dr. Fairest, Hill. We're currently on chapter number 2. And the title of this chapter, I'll let you know, is Identifying Your Limitations. Now this is take 3 of this chapter. So do you have 10 minutes? Can I have 10 minutes of your time? All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this take. We must take personal responsibility for our bodies, our health. As I conduct health and wellness seminars across the country, I share with both adults and children that they cannot eat whatever they like with no limitations. The many risks of an unhealthy diet include high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart attacks. You have probably heard what feels good to you may not always be good for you. It is important to maintain a proper diet and exercise and limit the stress in your life. If there were no rules and restrictions, what would living in this world look like? Life would be a free for all. Can you imagine if everyone drove their car at the same time and nobody took the time to stop or yield the right of way for other cars on the road? Can you imagine the amount of accidents and chaos we would have? Well, my 3 children, Starlet, Shakina, and Samuel, and excuse me if I didn't say those names correct, were younger. In order for them to get a phone, let me read that again. In order for them to get a phone, drive the car, get on Facebook, there were rules that they had to follow. No, it was not to put a damper on what they were doing. I wanted them to enjoy these things. However, they needed to know their limitations and how far they could go. Principles are set in place as a safety net, keeping you anchored. When you dishonor principles, you risk disqualifying yourself from living a great life. The principle of gravity teaches us what goes up comes down. So if you go to the top of a building and say, "Watch me fly," and fall off, we'll be picking your body parts off the ground. Like the law of sowing and reaping, whatever you put out will eventually come back to you. These laws govern our lives, and if we disregard them, our lives would be in jeopardy. Having principles and boundaries in your life help you live a balanced life. People of principle take time to work. It is the price of success. You are the sum total of your thoughts. Therefore, take time to think. Take time to read. It is the foundation of knowledge. Take time to dream. It sparks the energy. It sparks energy, within you. Take time to pray. It is the source of your power. A life without limits can only be lived if you play by the rules. Those who have played team ball understand that you have rules you must obey. If there were no rules, there would be no direction. People would take advantage of others. They would make up their own set of rules, and arguments would be constant. What good is it for you to live the dream and lose it all because of a lack of good judgment? We all know people who took a shortcut, disregarding the rules, costing them in the end. They wanted to have the prize without going through the process. It is not enough that you get what you want. You must follow the rules and obtain it the right way, so you are able to maintain it. Okay? That does complete chapter number 2. So stay tuned for chapter number 3 here on Poem Praise 2. And the title of chapter number 3 is The Power of Saying No. So until then, I certainly want for you to be well, to be blessed, take care, and it beeth thy will. I'll talk with you soon here on Poem Praise 2. So until next time, later y'all.